All right. Cool. What's up, everybody? How we doing? We're out here at one of Mark's duplex building, 10 units.
10 units, yep.
5 duplexes here. We're going to go through and check out the before and after, and there's some renovations kind of ongoing on one of the units, so we'll kind of check through that.
So we'll check those two guys out and kind of show you what behind the scenes, what we've done to this guy.
We can zoom into Mark's face and see how surprised he is one way or the other. We're here in one of your units here. This is the
fully rehab one.
Yeah.
Also the fully rehab one.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Yeah.
Finished unit. They're going to be, tenants going to be moving in the next
couple days.
Yeah. So
looking pretty good. Yeah, we'll show you, we'll kind of walk you guys around, show you the nice finishes that we put into this guy. And like we said in another video, we're going through our pre-leasing checklist right now to make sure everything looks nice for tenants.
Yeah, this is actually where you're planning to retire. This is
consideration. Yeah,
this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm sure your wife would be very enthusiastic.
She'd be pumped. Yeah, absolutely.
So as you can see, obviously this is the work in progress unit that we were talking about. Maybe just walk us through a little bit of what it looked like before, because you were talking about this is actually not too bad. And
yeah.
What you can't see on the video is it's got a nice scent to it in here. It's worse than Mark's gym bag after playing basketball for 3 hours. So it's got a real nice scent to it in here.
You smell my gym bag now?
Oh, just on
a little weird
Tuesdays.
It's a little weird. So it's okay though. But yeah, this place is actually fairly clean compared to what these units were prior to us getting inside. So just imagine this unit, no lights on, a bunch of people living in here, crap everywhere, can barely walk through. The stench was 10 times as worse than what it is now. So this one, again, wasn't as bad as what some of the other units were. We didn't have to go down to studs on this one like we did some others, but all the units are identical. So this one is what we're doing in this one is what we're doing in what we have done in all the rest. So this one has the hardwood floorings. Again, we go in, we refinish the hardwoods. These things are super durable. They typically last. The floors themselves last forever. I'd say probably every 5, 6, 7, 10 years, depending on how the traffic and how many tenants are through and how they take care of it. But once you refinish and put a coating on the floor, like I said, every 5, 7, 10 years, you might have to recoat the floors again. But other than that, hardwood lasts forever. The really only thing that damages hardwood is going to be termites and or water damage. But super durable. So in this one, we're going to refinish all the floors. We put in, they're in now, we put in LED light fixtures in all of our properties. Mentioned that in a previous video too. We do LEDs and low flow plumbing fixtures to help out with utility cost on multifamily properties. On this one, we do pay for the water. Electric and gas are separate. We pay for the water and sewer on this. So by us putting in low flow plumbing fixtures like kitchen sink, bathroom sink, shower heads, that can reduce the water consumption by almost up to 30% at properties, which bigger properties, as you scale up and get in bigger properties, that 30% is a huge savings, especially when you're going into underwrite to see, hey, what's the value add I can do on this? So with this property, a lot of value add opportunity. One, we bought it significantly below market. 2, we were able to raise rents quite a bit in here compared to what they were. And then another one was reducing the water usage and sewer usage down by 30% or so. So those are some of the few value adds that we did on this guy.
What did you buy this place for?
I think we ended up at $575, $550, $575.
Okay.
We're going through a refinance right now, actually, on this. This is the last unit that needs to be rehabbed. And the appraiser just came out. I haven't gotten the appraisal back yet, but it looks like it should be appraising around the 900,000 range, somewhere in that ballpark. Rehab wise, we're going to be around a couple $100,000 in rehab, which when we're initially underwriting it, that $200,000 rehab budget was initially underwritten, I believe, around $100,000, 120. So
yeah,
this is again a good scenario of unexpected things come up, but it's also another reason why you need to buy properties at the right price and or have multiple exit strategies. So with this guy, if we weren't able to afford the rehab, or if we put in that 200,000 and we did our cash flow calculation and stuff wasn't making sense, we'd always have the ability to be able to resell this thing. make some money, but then get out of it. So you never know what's going to come up after you buy a property. So that's why it's always good to have at least a couple extra strategies when you're buying something like this.
Here it is. New unit now. Check this out. He did an incredible job with this guy. Look at it.
Yeah, thank you, bud. So
Get it.
yeah, this is typical what all the other units look like that we've rehabbed in this guy. So you can see refinished the hardwood floors. We can walk over to this kitchen, show you kind of what we do in the kitchen area a bit. So we do, in this one, we did the vinyl plank flooring in here. We do the tile backsplash. Just helps with character a little bit. Doesn't cost too much extra. We do epoxy countertops. So we were doing a lot of Formica laminate countertops. We did some granite. We found with epoxy so far, at least what our theory is that these will be a lot more durable than some of the other countertops that we tried, and a lot more cost effective as well. So we'll see how they hold up long term. It's something we've been doing for probably a year or two now, a couple of years. We've had a couple of units churned over that have had epoxy countertops and other properties, and they've held up great so far. So yeah, our guys have really started to perfect the look on these guys and have been doing a killer job on it.
Yeah, I don't think you mentioned painting the cabinets as well, but just painting the cabinets, as you can see, just goes a long way.
Long ways. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Saves a ton of money that we can put in other areas like the bathroom that we'll show you and whatnot. But yeah, it cleans them up quite a bit. Just new paint, new hinges, handles.
Yeah, the hardware on the outside is a big one, and then painting. Even also the timelines, like cost is a big one, obviously, but timelines for cabinetry is just incredibly long.
Yeah, unless you're buying from a big box store and they have stock cabinets in stock that happen to fit what you're looking for.
Perfect size for you, which is like usually not the case, right? Yeah,
so it saves a ton of time too. I don't know if I mentioned we do that luxury vinyl plank flooring. One thing that we started to do is we've been installing vinyl plank flooring for a long time now. Before we were going with some of the cheaper stuff. There's a lot of technical terms when it comes to vinyl plank flooring, but mill thickness is one of the things that we look for now for something that's a lot thicker than what we're using. You pay for what you get in vinyl plank flooring. We've seen it in properties. I've seen it in properties that I've installed cheaper stuff at in the past where it looks great in the beginning, but then after a couple years, your seams will start to bend up if a little bit of moisture gets in there, or improper installation, they scratch easier, things like that. So now we're paying about double what we used to pay for flooring. We get the flooring at a significant discount because we buy a lot of it, but cost-wise, it's double the old stuff. But it's almost twice as thick. It has a padding attached to the flooring already. Again, they say it's waterproof. Technically, anything, I think it's not waterproof.
Yeah.
Water can still get underneath, but
if it just sits there, their water will seep in at some point, but maybe splash or whatever the case may be. But at some point, water seeps into all things if you just let it sit there and cake on.
Yeah. So with this, it does withstand water way better than some of that cheaper stuff. And we've been using this nicer stuff now for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years, and it definitely holds up a lot better. Bedrooms, pretty self-explanatory. Not much we do. Just refinish these guys.
Some window units with the AC. That's a nice way to give air conditioning without putting in central AC, either because it can't or it's too expensive. So those units are relatively cheap, and you have it kind of built in there as well, which looks nice. It's rather than some of the units where you just sort of have a sliding screen or whatever that could fall out or get stolen. This is a much more finished look.
Yeah, and these things, depending on the size of them, they range anywhere from $300 to $600 on the ones that you're getting. We got a quote to put actually central AC in here. We had to redo some of the ductwork if we're going to do that. We had to put ACs on top of the roofs if we're going to do it. So the quote, I think, came back around 40 grand or 50 grand for new AC units in this guy. So these window ACs are perfect replacement for them, because smaller places like this, you have one really, on some of the units that we've renovated, when the guys are working on it, we only had one unit and it cooled down the entire place because they're smaller. So by putting 2 of these guys in here, that's more than enough to keep these units nice and cool. that's really about it.
Yeah, you did a killer job on this renovation, man. It was really good.
Thank you, bud. So yeah, if you guys want to learn any more about what we do, get involved with us at all, definitely hit us up at the links below, smash those like buttons, and have a great day.